So good morning, guys. And today's concept is JavaScript expressions and operators. What are all the operators available now in our JavaScript and all we will see. In previous session, we discussed about the JavaScript variables, right? The variable, valid variable declarations and all we see. And now we are going to see about JavaScript expressions and operators. What are all the operators available in JavaScript? If you can see arithmetic operators, all everybody know about arithmetic operators. I'm thinking plus, minus, subtraction, right? So addition, multiplication, division, modulo division, all are come under arithmetic operators, as well as assignment operator, string operator, comparison operator, logical operator, and relational operator, conditional, nothing but ternary operators, right? What are all these operators and all we will see in this session one by one. So we already know what are the arithmetic operators, I believe, right? So let me go with the arithmetic operators. What are the operators we have, guys? Let me create a new file. First, let us see arithmetic operators, guys. What are the arithmetic operators? We already know some of the operators called plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulo division. Everything will come under arithmetic operators. Let me take two variables here, where x equal to 20, comma y equal to 30. So these are the two variables I have. So we can declare the variable like this also, no? Or else we can take where x equal to 20 and where y equal to 30 also we can write, no problem, right? Now let me take one more variable here, comma z. I want to take variable like this also, z. Now let me write something called z equal to dollar x, sorry, x plus y. This is what I am writing, guys. As per coding standards, always remember, when you are using operators also, when we are assigning anything, space is important, right? So don't forget this. Standards are important. After comma also one space, after this also one space. When we are using operators also, x plus y, right? Always like this is good practice of writing. This will be looks very nice. Now I just want to print console.log, or you can write document.write also, no problem. So it is a single value, no, document.write of z. I'm just printing the z. Or else okay, you can write just z here. And now let me run the file here. If you can run the file, what is going to happen? Let us see, guys, here, right? So run the file, launch in Chrome, and can you see I'm getting the output called 50. So the sum was added. So this is what arithmetic operators. See, sum of the two numbers, everybody will know how to sum, right? You can use any minus operator, any division operator. For example, I'm using division operator slash something like. So if you can use a slash, then what is going to happen by 20 by 30? So it is divided, then it is going to get something called 0.66 something, the output. And you can go with a modulo division. If you can use modulo division, we can use all these are all arithmetic operators. All these are all arithmetic operators. And you can use a multiplication operator also, right? You can use these are all called multiplication, nothing but. So division, modulo division, and plus, minus, subtraction, everything will come under arithmetic operators. These operators everybody know already, right? So now I want to see the assignment operators. What, these are all arithmetic operators, guys. Plus, minus, sum are all called arithmetic operators. Now what are the assignment operators? What is the meaning of anybody know what is the meaning of, or what is the assignment operator in our any language, not only JavaScript? So wherever you go, equal to is nothing but the assignment operator. We are assigning a value to a variable. How we will assign? By using the equal to symbol, right? Equal to is nothing but an assignment operator. So we have a lot of things are there, guys, in the assignment operator. We will see one by one, okay, right? So for example, so we have something called plus equal to. What is this plus equal to? What is the meaning of this assignment operator? For example, so I have a variable where x, y, and z. You can take variables like this also. After that, we can, first we are declaring the variables. Later we can take the values also, no problem. Or else directly we can take some here. How can we take 1 minute? Or else we can take directly where x equal to 20 semicolon where y equal to 30. You can take like this also, guys, no problem. Now, guys, all of you see, I have an operator called plus equal to. This is what, actually, we are using assignment operator here. This is an assignment operator. For this variable x and y, we assign some values here. Now, I want to take an operator called plus equal to. This is also an assignment operator. What is the meaning of it? So how we can write? What is the meaning of it? For example, I'm applying this operator on the variables, guys. What are the variables I have? X, right? X equal to something called y. So what it is going to do, now you can execute this, you will get some output, guys. You can write this is nothing but document dot write, and you can execute this. Definitely you can see something on the screen, guys. What is the output? You can see, execute it, you can see something on the screen. You are getting 15. What is the meaning of it? I want to know, guys. This means, guys, here remember carefully, x equal to x plus y. This is the meaning of it. If I am writing something like this, what is the meaning of it? This is the meaning exactly. That is equal to this, guys. This we can write like this, and this is going to be equal. For example, now I am writing, all of you check it carefully, x minus equal to y. Then what is the meaning of it, guys? This is going to be equivalent to x equal to x minus y. Now this is what exactly happens, guys, right? So we can use, this is called assignment operator. We can also write this. For example, you are doing multiplication. For example, if you want to do multiplication, then what is going to happen? X, you can write something called star equal to y. I am writing something called y, and what it means, guys, then x equal to x into y. This is the meaning of it exactly. So we can write something like this. So what are these called? This notation we can write like this, as well as we can write like this also. Some people may write like this, some people may write like this, guys. So we need to check it. What is the meaning of it? This is called assignment operator. So exactly we can write something like this. All right, all you can write something like this also, guys. Star slash equal to division by something like this is going to be, or modulo division equal to, we can write something like this. So apply on the same variable so that you will understand exactly what is this operators and all. Assignment operators, all these are all, guys, assignment operators. You can check in some other websites also. We can see the list of assignment operators we have. So plus equal to, minus equal to, and star equal to, slash equal to, something like these are all called assignment operators. So you want me to write? Yes, I will write into a separate page, guys. Let me write this into a separate variable. All these are all assignment operators. Equal to, for example, you have x equal to 20, y equal to 30. So take examples like this so that you will understand. So we have to go with the var now. So go with the var. Okay, without var also it will work, but we have to follow the coding standard here, right? So for example, I have plus equal to. What is the meaning of plus equal to? This is an assignment operator only. What is the meaning of plus equal to? Simply, so you can write x plus equal to y. And what is the meaning of exactly? So we can write like this also, na, x equal to x plus y. This is exactly we can write, guys, x plus y. Now I want to go with minus equal to. Then if it is a minus equal to means, what is the meaning of it? In place of plus, this is going to be equal to x minus equal to, now it is going to be x equal to x minus y. So if it is a multiplication, then so you can go with the multiplication here, star into something like star equal to. So this is going to be x star y. I mean, we can write like this, or we can write like this also. Whatever the way you want, yes, we can write it, guys. No problem. So both are same. You can write like this also, and or else you can write like this also. Both are equal, guys. So like this, we have division operator, multiplication operator, modulo division operator. Everything is there, na? So these are all called assignment operators for us, right? The next thing is here, string operators. What are the string operators we have and all? We are going to see them also, guys, right? So let us check, guys, do some practice on these assignment operators also. All right, not only these three, you can take all the operators so that you will understand exactly what is going to happen now. So this is very important thing, guys, is nothing but the string operators. What are the string operators? This will behave in a different manner and very important also. What are the string operator we have and all? We can check it, guys, right? In JavaScript, we can use plus as a string operator. This is called string operator here, guys. Plus operator can also be used as string operator. So what this happen generally, why plus is used here to add two numbers? We can use plus. Plus is a generally arithmetic operators. But when I am adding a string and number, what is the problem and how these are going to work and all? We have to check it, guys. For example, check it carefully. Where x equal to 20. So let me have a string where y equal to something called hello. I'm taking guys now. Right. So now you can go where z equal to x plus y. This is what I written, small y, right? Okay. Now what is my output, guys? If I write console.log, can you see I'm making z, or you can write document.write also. Can you guess what is my output here? Document.write. I'm just going with the document.write. Can you see what is my output? So what is the value of x? 20. What is the value of y? Hello. Then if you are trying to execute it, so you can see the string was concatenated here. Both will be concatenated. A string and string are going to be concatenated. So for example, you can take one more variable called a, something called var a equal to 100. I'm taking something called 100. This is also one variable. Now can you see I'm taking a plus x plus y. What is the a value? 100. X value something. Can you guess what is my output here? So if you think that what is my output, can you see, guys? A plus x. What is the a value? 100. X value 20. 120 plus y. This is what going to happen, guys. Can you see my output is 120 plus hello. So here it is first the variables, first two variables are summed of the string is going to be concatenated. Now can you see, guys, I'm doing the reverse order. If I do the reverse order, what is going to happen? Can you check it, guys? Here y, then what I'm doing, y plus a plus x. Can you guess what is my output now? So earlier we got the output 120 hello. Now this is going to be 120. We're thinking that, but here not happen, guys. If the first is a string and remaining all are going to be concatenated, but here first are numbers, those are summed plus string. It is concatenated. But in this situation, you cannot get hello and a value 100 and 20. You will get the output like this. Can you see? The output is hello and 100 and 20 you are getting, guys. These are all concatenated. But earlier in this situation, what is going to happen? First two are summed and they are concatenated with the variable called y. So here, remember carefully, when we are working with strings and numbers, we need to be very careful. So here, plus is used as a concatenation operator. For example, I just want to do one more situation. Try to see. In another, let us take two strings here and let us check it carefully how this is going to work. String and string now, where str1 equal to welcome. This is the string. Now where str2 equal to, I am writing something called JavaScript. This is the two strings, guys. We have two strings. How we can concatenate them each other? Here, this is what we need to do. Concatenation of two variables, guys. Can you see? Now I'm going to take one more variable where str3 equal to, guys, check it carefully, str1 concatenation str2. We can use plus operator here. If you can use plus operator here, then what is going to happen? They are going to be concatenated. Simply you can check this or document.write, whatever it may be. Just you can go with the document.write and check it str3 and see the output of it, guys. What is going to happen now? str3, I'm just going with str3 variable, print the variable. So let us see what is our output, guys. Now can you see they are concatenated in a welcome to JavaScript, but there is no space between welcome and to. I want to get the space also. If you want to get space, space is also again a character. Can you see, guys? Here I'm writing plus, here I'm taking double quotes, here I'm giving some space because space is also a character, right? So now you can check it. So the manually we appended the space here. Now can you see there is a space between welcome and to. Earlier there is no space, guys. Here now the space was available. Like this also we can write, guys. So what happened when we are adding a string and number? We seen just now we are adding a string and string. So by using plus operator, this is nothing but concatenation operator, guys. Later we have a string library in JavaScript. In that we have a method called concat method. By using that method also we can concatenate strings, or else we can use plus operator also, we can concatenate the strings. See, nothing but what a plus is going to do here. For example, guys, I just want to write a small example and try to see what is going to happen exactly. So by using this concatenation operator, for more demonstration purpose, let me explain you a small example here, where x equal to 20, where y equal to 30, something like this. This is the value I taken here, right? Now take a variable, one more variable, where z equal to x plus y. This is what I written, guys, right? Now you can write document dot write. I want to write a message like this, guys. Here the message is going to be the sum of x and y is z. I am writing something like this. Can you see what is my output here? So if I write like this, can I get the output? The sum of 20 and 30 is 50. This is I'm expecting actually on the screen. Can you see if we can write the sum of x and y is z? This is not, I am not expecting this. In place of x, I want to get 20 and this is 30 and this should be 50. This is I'm expecting here. X and y and z are the variables, but how can we keep the variables in a string? Guys, in place of it, if you want to keep a variable, remember carefully, the sum of is a string, right? Of that x is a variable, then we have to concatenate. Can you see, guys, how I am doing here? So double quote, and in this we have plus plus, and we have to take the variable. Why I'm taking the variable here? The sum of is a string, yes or not? The sum of is a string. The string was in double quote, and end is a string, and it was in double quote. Variable should be placed in. See, if you want to keep a variable in between two strings, you have to do before and after the plus operator, guys. Now you can see end is also a string. Now you can go here. I have to use plus operator before and the plus operator, and this is double quote. Here also double quote. At the end of it, you can write plus z. This is how we can write, guys, exactly, right? So the concatenation is going to work like this. Now you can see the expected output. Can you observe once again? Remember, the sum of is a string. That's why it was in double quote proper. End is a string. That's why it's in double quote as proper. Is also a string now. That's why it's in double quote. Wherever you want, wherever you want to keep a variable in between two strings, you have to use on or before and after. You have to use plus operator, guys. This is very important in concatenation. Now you can see the desired output you will get. The sum of 20 and 30 is 50. So this is how we can write it. See here, addition of two numbers is not an important thing, and try to understand how we can join a string and a variable. So this is how we can join a string and a variable, guys. Here plus is used as a concatenation operator in our JavaScript, guys, right? So, and try with numbers and strings also, it is going to be a different behavior, guys, right? Now we can see this is nothing but string operator, guys. Now the next thing we are going to see about the comparison operators. What are the comparison operators we have here? So we know already what is a comparison operators will always give you. So they will compare two values. How they will compare two values and all, let us check it, guys. For example, what are the operators we have? Comparison operators we have. So we have equal to, we know already, triple equal to. So this is one of the important questions, guys, in interview. What is the difference between double equal to and triple equal to, right? So that's we will see in a minute, right? So let us take some examples here for comparison operators, right? Let us take a variable again, where x equal to 20. Let us take one more variable, where y equal to 20. Now I'm comparing. So here I'm writing x equal to y. You can question, guys. We already know. Maybe if you know conditional statements here, we can check like this, right? So what I am doing here, I'm comparing if x equal to y, or else no need to write. You can just go document dot write. Just write the comparison operator here. So right, and you can write x equal to y. So what is going to happen? You can question, is x value is equal to y value? Now you can check it, guys. I'm refreshing. What is the output you are getting? True, means that both are matched, so you are getting the output properly. Okay, now you can check it, guys. Now x value I am taking in a string, double quote means that this is going to be a string. Now you can refresh it. If I refresh, that is going to be true. Yes, this is true, guys. Yes, both are matched or not? Yes, both are matched. So remember, now I'm going with triple equal to. Can I get the output called true now? Now you can check it. Now I can get the false, guys. This is not true. This is false. Why this is false? But earlier it is true. Remember carefully. What double equal to will do here? Double equal to will compare two values. So whatever the value it may be, left hand side and right hand side of the operator, that value may be a string, that value may be anything, but it will compare the value. The x value 20, y value 20, both are matched. But in triple equal to, what happened here, remember carefully, triple equal to will compare two values, and after comparing two values, it will check their data type also. But here the data type is string and here the data type is number, so they are not going to be matched, guys. They're not going to be matched. But in this situation, what is going to happen, this is a string and this is going to be value comparison, 20 and y value 20, x value 20, they are matched, so output is true. But in this situation, so it will check values as well as data types. Values are same, but data type is different, right? That's the reason we are getting the error called, so sorry, we are getting something called false, guys. This is called comparison operator. And we can check not equal to also, right? So now I'm going with a double equal to, I'm writing something called y. So now if you can write here, what is going to happen now, you got output called true. Now I'm going with a not equal to operator. What is this not equal to? X not equal to y, na? But x value 20, y value 20, na? So it is false, huh? Definitely it is going to be false. X equal to 20, not equal, right? Both are same, right? No problem. And now you will have true. Now you can go with x not equal to, if you can see 20 not equal to 20, na? No, right? That's why you are getting false, right? Now you can go with the 20, 25. Now this is going to be false. Now what is the thing here, 20 not equal to 25? Yes, that's correct, na? So now you can check it, you will get the output called true. True means something value evaluated. After evaluating, we're getting some value, guys. This is called comparison operators, guys. Always check it carefully. As well as we can write x not equal to, also triple equal to also we can write. Both values are same. First it will check earlier values are, now it is going to be check the a double what is the meaning of triple equal to? It will compare the value and the data types. Here also same, guys. It is going to be check with the data type and value comparison also, right? If it's not equal to. And comparison operators, we can use less than, greater than symbols also, guys. Here x less than y I'm giving, is x value is less than y. So can you see, I'm refreshing the screen, I'm getting true. What is the meaning of it, guys? Can you say what is the value of x here? Value of x is 20. Can you say 20 is less than or equal to 25? 20 is less than 25? Yes, 20 is less than 25. That's why you're getting something called true. And you can make it greater than symbol here. This is also a comparison operator, guys, here. Greater than. So 20 greater than 25. You can question yourself. Is 20 greater than 25? No, right? Definitely you have to see something called false here. Something called you are getting called false, right? So this is nothing but less than or equal to also we can get, guys, here. Less than, greater than, not only, right? I am writing 20 greater than or equal to 25. It's not, right? Then you will have something called false. For example, you can make 2020. Guys, can you see here? Don't give the equal to symbol. In this situation, what is going to happen? This will be false, definitely, right? This is going to be false. Now you can write it. I'm writing the question number, 20 is greater than or equal to 20. No, it is not. Both are equal. It is not greater than, it is not less than. Then you can write one more thing called greater than or equal to. Now 20 is greater than or equal to 20. 20 is greater than 20 or equal to 20. That is the meaning of it. Now you can check it. You will have something called a true here. So in the same manner, we can use less than operator also, right? Same manner, we can use less than operator also. And we have one more thing called ternary operator, guys. Ternary operator also will come under comparison operator, guys. Here, what is a ternary operator? I think so all of you know the ternary operator will look like this, guys. What is the syntax of ternary operator? Here we have, so the syntax of ternary operator is going to be, here we have something called condition, some comparison or whatever it may be, expression or whatever it may be. So this is condition of that question mark. This is called a true block here, and this is called false block here. This they will write, guys, something like this. You can write any logic here. You can write any string here, whatever it may be. This is called true block, and this is called false block, guys. Here, sorry, this is true block, and this is called false block. Here, you can write anything here, and this is going to be compared, guys, automatically. What is this and all? We will see with some comparison operators. You can write here. I am writing 10 equal to 10. I written. If this is evaluated, I mean, if these are true, this block will be executed. I'm writing simply okay. Let me write something called here okay message. I'm writing simply okay. Here you can write no message, something. You can take anything, no. So if this is okay, now let me take a variable where status equal to, keep this into a variable. We can write something, guys, right? So I'm comparing. So if these two are okay, this will be executed. If these two are not okay, no will be come, guys. Now you can write the alert status. You can write document write, or you can write directly alert, guys. Now you can check it, so you will get something. If both are matched, you will get okay. So otherwise I'm getting okay, guys. Otherwise you'll get something called false. I'm going with the 10 equal to 10. Yes, both are matched, as well as the data types also same. Now you are getting okay. Now let me make this into a string, and you can check it and refresh the page. You can see the output is no. Why? Because no, values are same, but the data types are different. Na? That's why this block is executed here, guys. This is also this is called comparison operator. This is a ternary operator actually. This ternary operator also we can discuss under the comparison operators, guys, right? So these are the operators. After that, we have some logical operators. What are the logical operators we have? So what are the logical operators? Logical and logical are something we have, right? When we are writing some conditions also, we will use this AND operator. This is AND. We can write something like or we can use OR operator, logical OR operator, and NOT operator. These are all the three logical operators, guys. These logical operators are also used in our application development. When we are comparing more than one or two conditions, we can use it. I mean, I want write if uh, 10 less than 20, and I'm writing the condition like this, and 20 greater than or equal to 40, something I written. So what is going to happen? AND operator, this is logical AND. AND means both should be true. The left hand side and should be evaluated true, and right hand side should be evaluated true. True and true will be true. We know truth tables, right? We studied somewhere in 10th standard or 9th standard, we studied about truth tables, right? True and true will be true. True and false will be false. True, false and true, false. False and false, false. Now you can use the same situation here. Or what is the meaning of or here? If any one of the condition, I mean left hand side and right hand side, if any one is true, that will be true, guys. So but if I use AND operator here, what is the meaning of it? Both should be true, left hand side and right hand side, and our conditions or expressions both should be true, then only condition will be true. Otherwise this is not going to be executed, guys, right? In the same manner, NOT operator. So both are not matched. If they are matched, do something. Not matched, do something. So don't worry. So we will do some good examples with the logical operators in looping and conditional statements. Anyhow, we have to discuss conditional and looping statements. There I will explain you very clearly how we can apply in the middle of them, guys, right? Now we have some more operators, guys. We have very important thing, guys. These are also and mostly used. These are all called type of operator, guys. Nothing but type operators. They call type operators, right? OPERATORS, type operators. What are the type operators, guys? Here, for example, I'm going to create a variable where str equal to I have something called 100. Tell me, this str type is integer, I mean number or string? I taken number 100 there in double quotes. Remember one thing, whatever the value, if you are taking, there is either in single quote or double quote, that is going to be a string, guys, right? So I want to check the type of document dot right. Let us go and apply the variable type. What type of variable this is and all. Type of is a predefined keyword, guys, here. So type keywords, type operators we are discussing. Type of is a predefined keyword. That's why it is highlighting in different color. Type of str. What type of str it is and all. So you can go and refresh it. It is going to be a string. What type of it? This is string data type. So for example, you can remove this and you can remove and check this. Now you can check it. What type of this is? This is going to be a number data type. We don't have any integer floats here in JavaScript, guys, right? All data types are supported, but we don't have specially if it is a C language, we have to use integer, something like int c equal to float c equal something we have to give. But here we don't want to require anything. But JavaScript variables are dynamic in type. Whatever the any variable it can hold, any variable it can store inside of it, guys. So we don't bother about this. And now this is type of it. For example, let me create one variable where obj equal to, I'm not doing anything, just I'm doing like this, guys. What type of variable it is, I just want to check is type of obj. If you didn't understand what type of variable it is and all, you can just go with obj. Now you can check it, guys, and refresh it. You can see this is going to be an object. What type of it is? This is going to be an object. So like this, we have some other operators, guys. Instance operator, instance of in operator, such a operators are there. Those operators also we will see. So guys, these are all the maximum operators we are going to use in our application development, and available operator. A lot of operators are there, but no need to worry. But these are the mostly used operators in our application development, guys. Instance of and type of operators and all different operators we can use in our application development. Right, all arithmetic operators and assignment operators you can check with something, guys. Negative, I mean, uh, arithmetic operators, comparison operators, string operators, and logical operators, ternary operators, all are comes under our operators, guys. So this is nothing but operators session, right? So in the next session, we can see data types. I think so. In the slide I mentioned, what is the mention? We mentioned data types, guys. JavaScript data types concepts we will discuss in the next session, guys. Thank you all.